I'm so glad you're here. Today we are going to talk about the dreaded keto flu. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Health Coach Tara. Today we're going to discuss the keto flu and a few basic steps you can take to avoid it. But first, please know that I am not a medical professional. No content on this channel is intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Consult with your physician before making any dietary changes. If you're new around here, take a moment to hit the red subscribe button under this video. This means you follow my channel and you want to be alerted when I post a new video, and you do. Now let's dive in. The keto flu is no piece of cake, even once you learn how to avoid it for the most part. So what is the keto flu? The keto flu refers to the symptoms associated with your body learning how to adapt to your new diet. Symptoms can include fatigue, brain fog, headaches, body aches, lightheadedness, leg cramps, and just generally not feeling well, like you have the flu. So now you're probably wondering, how can I avoid or minimize symptoms of the keto flu? Well, the severity of the keto flu, and if you even experience it at all, depends on a number of factors. One factor is electrolyte balance. As the body's glycogen reserves are depleted, fluid and electrolytes are excreted from the cells. This is why you'll notice weight loss during your very first week. Count on most of this being water weight. Your body is shedding sodium and electrolytes as glycogen stores are burned up. Now, it's important to replace these electrolytes and make sure you're eating enough salt. Now, if you're like me and you just heard eat more salt, it can be a little bit alarming. We've been told for years about the dangers of too much salt. But just think for a moment. Think about the carbs we used to eat. These carbs have quite a bit of added salt to them already. Go read the labels on the things you eat on a daily basis. Take a look at the sodium content on that fast food meal that you had last week. Now compare this to our new keto diet. We're eating real, whole, unprocessed food that doesn't have salt already added to it. So it makes sense that we need to make sure our body gets enough salt to function properly. So the question is, how much salt is enough? Well, according to the art and science of low carbohydrate living, you want to add 1 to 2 grams of sodium to your daily intake. On days where you exercise, ensure that you get adequate sodium within an hour prior to exercise. After you've been on keto a week or two, your kidneys are going to start rapidly excreting salt into the urine instead of storing it. So you're going to notice a few things. You're going to notice an increase in urine output, and you're going to notice your weight dropping. And this is going to happen within the first few weeks of a ketogenic diet. Experts say that about half of the weight loss that occurs in the first week of ketosis is due to this release of stored water by your muscles as glycogen stores are depleted. So what's the best way to get this additional sodium? Many experts recommend drinking bouillon. They'll recommend bouillon cubes. Well, this isn't a bad strategy. Unless you're gonna make your own homemade bouillon, I don't actually agree with this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Take a look at the ingredients on any bouillon product, and you're gonna quickly see ingredients such as maltodextrin, which is made from corn, and even sugar in some of the products. Remember, a true keto diet should be 100% grain-free, and there's no place for corn in that diet. So a better option is drinking broth. You know, the broth you can buy in the jugs, or kind of avoid the cans. I tend to go towards the jugs, or make it yourself at home. But be careful when selecting a broth and make sure that you read the ingredient list because sugar is hiding in there. So don't just read the nutrition facts. Look at the ingredient list. If you see sugar or maltodextrin, place it back on the shelf. So another option is to drink a few tablespoons of pickle juice to increase your sodium content each day. A lot of people really love this. Some people will even put it in those mini cupcake containers and freeze it, or the little like single serving ketchup containers and freeze it for the summer. So that's kind of a fun way to get extra salt. You can also just add salt to your food. Experts and myself recommend using a salt such as pink Himalayan salt or gray sea salt. I will link those in the description for you. The reason why is they contain essential minerals as well as the sodium. Finally, you can also use electrolyte formulas. which provide a few important minerals such as magnesium and potassium, in addition to some sodium. You can find my recipe for homemade electrolyte drink that I personally drink daily on my website, and I will add this link in the description section of the video as well. So take a peek at the recipe and make sure you get the ingredients ordered well before you're going to need them. So what are some of the side effects that you can avoid by ensuring an adequate sodium intake and drinking an electrolyte fluid? Well, this includes the keto flu, leg cramps, constipation, keto breath, heart palpitations caused by dehydration and lack of salt, and reduced physical performance. Another factor that will determine how you feel over the first few weeks of a keto diet is where you're starting from. A person who eats a lot of sugar and a very high carbohydrate diet is going to experience withdrawal symptoms from the sugar on top of the symptoms from the keto flu. If this describes you, it's best to use a phased approach. Omit all sugar from your diet for a few weeks. Then omit gluten and grain from your diet. At this point, you're reducing your total carbohydrate intake. Finally, go full-blown keto. During these phases, make sure you keep learning about how to do keto correctly. It's really going to help out in the end. I'd love to know what you think about this video. Do you still have questions? Post those in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment and click the red subscribe button underneath this video. This allows you to follow the channel and be alerted when I post new content every week. Please know that I am not a medical professional. No content on this channel is intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Always check with your medical doctor before making any dietary changes or embarking on a new fitness plan. Until next time.